Welcome back to World of Warcraft. Wrath of the Lich King, Classic Blind. This is Onyxia's lair. Onyxia is in there. A level 80 raid. If we talk to that guy over there and get this time traveling buff, we can do the level 60 version, which probably be more possible with a duo here. And that's kind of the idea. What is also kind of the idea is tanking. Oh, get that equipped. Get the secondary talents activated. Get defensive stance locked in. Everything's changed. Everything's better. We're gonna be heading in here. We also have some buffs and stuff we can use. Seems like a reasonable plan. As prepared as we can be. Ultimately, there's not a huge amount of stuff to do in here. There's like a handful of small dragons, and then one big dragon. But we'll see how that goes. Well-fed buff. I'm going. Fill up the rest of this health. Alright. Right in here. And we need to be in a raid, which is hilarious, a raid of 2 people. Technical requirements and all that. Open the maw. Brilliant stuff. Okay. In the instance, pop the vigilance. Let's get everything we need here. Alright. This is for 40 people, but 40 level 60s, so something like that. Starting off with not much of the upper sections here. We do have some burnt out corpses here, which is just looking great. Ominous. Or probably just fine. We will see. Okay. First guy here. Charge on in. And beat him up. And get somebody. We can probably take these guys in any amounts. Not have to worry about it. Using that's our basic stuff here. Nothing too difficult. Just a handful of seen warriors here. That's alright. Charging on you. Damage down. We do more damage ourselves. To do battle shaft. Also plus. And down goes another dragon. Fire resistance reduced by 188. Probably don't want to go into the big dragon fight with reduced fire resistance. That's going to fall off here pretty quick. Let's see what kind of nonsense we need to deal with to defeat Onyxia here. Let us do some stuff. How fortuitous. I must leave my lair in order to feed. Okay. Pop all these. How much they help? Good question. Do a shield block. I use all our shield stuff here too. Knock him out. It's pushing us back a little bit. That's alright. Got all of our sunders going nicely. Just spell reflection. Keep all of our stuff up here. Nobody. Tremendous exertion. Whereas it'll stare at you all from above. I like the sound of that. Some damage them. Here comes some little dragons. In the AoE here. There. Any more? One more there. And big dragon. Out of range. Get down here. Look, it's like casting fireballs. Rude. Try to use a bandage here. Seems to be immune to damage currently. Okay. So just kind of running away trying to dodge fireballs, it seems. Ow. We seem to keep getting hit. I don't know if there's any other way to avoid the fireballs. Let me shoot. Ow. Did you get down here? Cast some fireballs. There comes some more dragons. Kill some of these. What maybe being inside the middle of the fireballs a worse place to be? Seems to be doing just same amounts of damage either way. Hey, you're a little dragon. There's a whole bunch of dragon eggs over here. How's that for an idea? This next fireball to hit us. Fireball's happening. Try to use another bandage here. Seems you need another lesson, mortals. Oh, she's coming down. I love that for us. Oh yeah. There's a taunt action. Oh, we got fire happening. And fear. That's some interesting stuff. Weaken. Strengthen. Sundering. More sundering. Do some damage. Anyway, some stuff. Launch ourselves back in. So we got the range regeneration here. Heal ourselves back up. Definitely a big dragon fight. Not much more you can ask for than that. And down goes Onyxia. Onyxia's lair level 60 achievement. Very fun. What do we get for this big old dragon? The head of Onyxia. Appearing Greaves of the tiger and of the bear. Halo of Transcendence cloth. Wild. And another wind crown. More magic stuff. And an assassination blade. One-handed sword. All sorts of cool. And a front drape. Lots of stuff from the boss here, but it's the only thing in the entire raid, so it's gotta have something. And a book, Gift of the Wild for level 50 druids, sure. And Wormslayer Spalders, okay. And Onyxia Hide backpack, an 18 slot bag, fun. Here's a tiger. Here's a bear. Head of Onyxia. This is a quest. Right. Okay. So look at our bag here. Head of Onyxia. Accomplish the impossible. The brood mother of the Black Dragonflight lies dead at your feet. Take her head and present it to King Varian Warren in Stormwind. That we can do. What else we got here? Another wind crown. Looks pretty fancy. This is soulbound. You trade and disenchant. I'm gonna end up disenchanting that. Found an assassination blade. It's a regular sword. Cool. Different drape. Getting kind of magic. Good, nice long cape. Love to see it. And teaches a gift of the wild rank 1. Appearing Greaves of the Tiger. That's red. Very cool. So these are bound and equip. These are soulbound, but tradable and disenchantable. Probably disenchant a lot of this stuff. Let's see what we can do here. We don't really need any of these in particular. These are definitely disenchantable. That's a book. So we can actually disenchant. This says it has auction value, so I'm gonna try to sell that. Enchantable. And this. And this. So we can do stuff with that. We'll see if this actually has any value. Requires level 52. Not the most impressive thing from a level 60 raid. Either way, we're not losing much on it. If it doesn't sell, we can always just disenchant it later. That's okay. Got some Nexus crystals. Not a whole lot from all that. That's fine. Not too worried about it. Anyways, that is Onyxia. The whole eggs over here. Let's check out the dungeon a little bit. Oh, are they coming out? Oh, they're coming out. That's not the wisest decision here. We're activating all of them. This is definitely a strategy. Look at all the numbers. Ow. Now they're all dead. What if that just did an absurd amount of damage to the armor? It's very possible. The Black Dragonflight is no more. The Black Dragonflight is no more. Clear. Unfortunately, all those little dragons didn't drop anything. Wild stuff, though. Okay. Let's switch back to regular DPS here. That's going to make a huge difference for anything we're doing here. I mean, it's a little better. Oh, there you go. So we do need to return to Stormwind eventually. We will get there when we get there. The fact this says 880 could mean it's more of a automatic price on that. Either way, it's fine. The achievement was worth more than most things here. Look at all the different pieces. My goodness. My goodness. And there's also the level 80 version of this. Presumably, much more difficult. I don't think there's 40 player raids. Level 80 though. So, could be not quite as bad. Interesting to see how 40 players would be necessary for that. Like, just have multiple tanks switching off, lots of DPS, dealing with all the little ads, everybody getting one shot by the fireballs, probably. You probably want some fire resistance, such and such. Would probably be pretty helpful here. Okay. Anyways, that was the quickest raid, as I expect. Let's get over to other places here. We need to return to Theramore now. And the best way to get over there would be to get over here to Mudsprock and just take the flight path. Quicker than trying to traverse the mountains here and then walk across the entire water there. So let us hop on here. Avoid the crocolisks. Don't need to deal with that right now. What's up? Shimmer fly. To Theramore. Nice and easy. Look back at our quest here. Return to Theramore. Return to Theramore. Thousand Needles. Return to Shimmering Flats. Retrieve them. Go to the Shimmering Flats. Stormwind. We're going to turn that in. Blacksmithing is in a dungeon later. And Silthus. Moonglade. Jeez. And this one. Which is also in Silthus. Dire Maw. And the TBC raid quest. Interesting to see how possible TBC raids would be later. We already kind of tried previously. It did not work very well. But by later, I mean later. Once more levels and stuff exist. Well, that's not right now. Right now we're doing... Right now we are doing base vanilla in Wrath kind of things. It's all working out. Yeah. Turn some stuff.
Well
yeah.
met.
Pavel Reed.
Light bless you.
Found anything of interest at the Shady Rest Inn? You found Reed's badge.
Or the Alliance.
It's never good news when a guard's badge is brought to me. Sometimes it's a man or woman who's fallen in battle, left to bring the news to the grieving family. Other times, we never find out what happened to them. And other times, it's even worse than that.
Be careful.
Lieutenant Pavel Reed. I don't recognize the name of Lieutenant Pavel Reed. Your best bet would be a check with Adjutant Tesseran. He keeps track of all the records for the Theramore Guard, from personnel to their equipment. Should be able to tell you who this Reed is with a good check of his books. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
And we've also found a suspicious hoof print there. Hoof prints, eh? It's true that there is an extraordinary amount of centaur activity in the lands near Dustwallow Marsh. Brief excursions into the Barrens, we found their camps and holdings dine the area. Send out Falgran Hassel, one of our trackers, so you can find where the tracks lead.
Or the Alliance.
Yes, man, I need something. Falgran Hassel, preferably. Take care of Hexen's lead on the prince near the Shady Rest Inn. Right away, sir. This is the guy we need to talk to for the other half of this. So they're sending somebody to go check on that.
You need
Very
something?
good. Talking about the lieutenant again here. Nope. Hassel's here. I'll find where the hoofprints lead and report back to you. Perfect. And while he's doing that, we're going to look into the lieutenant here. Hello, Eric Erickson. Like information about a specific member of the Theramore Guard, Reed Pleasant? Take a note to find the right book.
See you later.
Dealings, men. Red on, red path. Ah, here it is. Lieutenant Pavel Reed. Joined the Theramore Guard along with most of the recruits that came across the sea with Lady Proudmoore. Listed with the Marines of Coltiris at the age of 16. Distinguished service, promotions. Listing as missing. Listed as missing.
See you around.
Oh, missing, but we found the badge.
Light,
That's not fantastic news.
light bless you.
Missing? That would be Hishman's kind way of saying traitor. Oh boy. No doubt he's one of the fools so blindly loyal to Emerald Nalen that he turned traitor. Isn't that delicious irony? The deserters accuse us of betraying the Alliance. My goodness.
Go with honor, friend.
Back to the deserters again, huh? It's been a struggle maintaining a presence in the marsh, but through strength of our resolve, we've been able to maintain several defensive watchtowers throughout the area. Latest information and scouting reports I have received indicate that a group of deserters has squatted in our abandoned tower at Lost Point, southeast of the inn. Local lieutenant seems to be Malos Jackin, so you can get some information out of him. Be warned, Erickson, He may be a tough nut to crack. We need to get information out of him.
Be careful.
If by get information they mean kill in one hit, we can accomplish that. If it's anything more than that, we're gonna need to use tactics, perhaps. That's no good for anybody. Oh. Let's see here. So it's over there. I think it still would be faster to fly to here than walk to there. I'd say so. I can use this flight path here. Makes a lot of sense.
What can I do?
Sprocket. Right there.
Be good.
Easy enough. Again, mostly because of having to deal with the mountains and cliffs into this bay here. Not ideal. You just need to get information. Oh boy. When a single punch can sometimes completely defeat somebody. It's a situation, that's for sure. There's a booster for that, or for that. Okay. How long this is gonna be here? Still time traveling. I don't need to have this on. So we're here still in a raid. Need to switch to a party? I suppose. Where's the party? Party. It's a raid on the entire world. Or something. Whee! And easily just right up this way. Kind of looping around little dragons and stuff right here. The Den of Flame. It's kind of right up this way. Easy enough. Can cut across the water here slightly. Okay, I'm gonna take the weapons off here just to try a single punch dealing with it. If that's actually even necessary here. Depends if this information is told to us or in a book or something. Alright. Here's some deserter guys. Inside here. Ellis and Jackson. Okay. Yeah, one perfect punch. That's 1,400 damage. Alright, we surrender. Let's walk past all those guys, punch them once in the face, and they surrender. So put down your weapons, put your weapons down, I'll cooperate. Literally already did that. Did Vimes send you? Couldn't do his dirty work himself, could he? Reeve, that coward? We threw him out of the camp because he insisted on raiding the supplies of the ogres up at Brackenwall Village. We're not so many in number that we could stand up to those mindless brutes. He crossed the line one too many times, so we left him to fend for himself. Now I helped you out, so why don't you help us out and forget you bumped into us? Maybe Captain Vimes, there more. Yep. So they kicked him out. Wild. Our weapons back on here. I think we could also take off a bunch of our armor in order to do less damage. This has got like strength bonus and everything on it. And a fair bit of it, to be sure. That would definitely be another good strategy. Comparing the amount of health he had and the damage that we punched earlier against like the raptors, figured one solid punch would be perfectly fine here. What if it just immediately changes to non-hostile if you do enough damage? And if you were actually level appropriate, you wouldn't be able to realistically do enough damage to overkill him. Very possible. Unfortunately, we are too strong. But at least we're past the lowest level quests, so it's not going to be too much of a situation.
Talk to me.
Supposedly. Back to Theramore.
Right back.
Right over here. Okay. That should be good. Flash. Mystic Essences. Soul Dust. Some more dusts. Never gonna have too many dusts. I turn a greater Mystic Essence into 3 lesser ones if I wanted to. Possibly more valuable. Not hugely, though. No, that's okay. Assassination Blade. Got 3 strength and increases critical strike by a little. I have my doubts on this auction price. I'm very likely to get this disenchanted. But as we can see here, it's just a straight up bind on equip item here. So, no time limits or anything to worry about. That'll be fine. That will be just fine. Here again. Control Citadel. Up and around and up. Works.
What can I do for you? Or the Alliance?
I'll send Lieutenant Caldwell to deal with the deserters at Lost Point. In addition, I will instruct him to find Reeve. The marsh is not so big and trackless that you should be unable to find him.
Life bless you.
And a grim connection.
Friend.
Spoken with Inspector Tarum regarding the evidence you gathered from the ruins of the Shady Rest Inn. Seems certain that the hoof prints and the shield you found there. This is the shield that we found earlier. Much earlier. That we found there point to the Grim Totem clan of Torring. Reports of Grim Totem activity on the rise in the marsh has to be more than a mere coincidence. So you need to speak with Captain Darrell, who is something of an expert on the Grim Totems. Follow the road north out of town to North Point Tower. It's the second outpost on the road.
Be careful.
Alright. All the way to North Point Tower, huh? Okay. That's fine. Jump. And mounts. And away we go. North Point Tower, as the name kind of suggests, is up to the north. Going over there. It's all connected back more to the rest in here than to here. It's really not related to anything further to the south here. That's alright. Anyways. Second tower along the way here. So, not the first one here. That's too close. Still easily done here, though. How are we doing on total quests here? Working towards this whole thing. Yeah, pretty close. Only 79 more to go. That really does cover a lot of the screen now. It's difficult to walk. That's alright. Another point to the being able to fly on the flying mounts and just point in a direction column. Always a good time. Head of Onyxia. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. There's a risen husk. Chilling. Doing zombie things. Some interesting paths here. In the water, through a tree. All the way north here. To North Point Tower. So we got any information about what's going on here. Show up on a dragon. He's hanging out up here. Thing right there. Interesting.
Greetings. Good luck, friend.
Captain Vimes thinks the Grim Totems are behind the destruction of the Shady Rest Inn. They wouldn't have been the first on my list of suspects, but if Captain Vimes sent you here to follow up on a lead, he must have his reasons. Regardless, the Grim Totems have been a thorn in our side for some time, and we're always glad to have the extra help.
Be careful.
Confirmation of suspicion.
Till next we meet.
The Grim Totems may be the most warlike of all the Tauren clans, but by no means unorganized. They're the ones who put the torch to the Shady Rest Inn. They'll have had orders from one of their clan elders. There's a large Grim Totem settlement called Blackhoof Village to the northwest. They're using it as a base to attack the tower. I'll bet you that you'll find the orders you're looking for there. Check the village elders for traces of the orders you seek. And by check, you mean murder.
Good luck, friend.
And also, arms of the Grim Totems.
Be careful.
The equipment you found at the ruins of the inn belonged to a Grim Totem attack party. There's likely to be more just like it within their camp to the northwest. We haven't been able to gather much information about Blackhoof Village, but judging on the size of the raiding parties, there's a substantial force based there. Whatever you have to do to capture some of their equipment, so we can compare it with your findings from the inn. And you get 7 Blackhoof armaments.
Till next we meet.
Alright. Jump from here. Off to the next spot. Blackhoof Village is right over this path. Alright. Raptors. Didn't we lead a whole pile of raptors in here? Or was that the other spot? Either way. See, I'm trying to click this guy. But the other thing's also in the way here. Looks like the armaments are just an item here too. Interesting. Can't actually get them from these guys. We just need to fight the elders. Needs to be murdered though. That's fine. Yoinkus. These armors and armor match the style of those found at the Shady Rest Inn, but haven't seen battle. Okay. Armament. Oh, raptors are still murdering people. And armor here. There's an elder. He's dead. Switch this to free from. Yep. Yeah. The note. When 4 Grimtome notes into the Grimtome battle plan. Okay. Another note. No notes from them. There's no. And there's no. Slap the notes together. And that totally makes a battle plan here. Let's see what the battle plan is. I've sent you a force of considerable size, Elder. You must take care in your activities. First priority will be to halt the advance of the Alliance couriers into our lands. Some of the more adventurous humans have already started the construction of a large building on the border with the Barons. See to it that they know their kind are not welcome beyond the borders of their wretched Theramore. Lastly, a word of caution to you, Elder. Do not make your plans known to the ogres of Brackenwall. Those brutes are incapable of even the slightest hint of discretion. Agashem. Okay. Everyone's dead. Ithania? What did you do? You seeing this, Sergeant Lucas? Are you seeing this?
Greetings.
Be on your guard. We are Thermore's first line of defense, because there's many enemies in the marsh.
Be careful.
You don't say. An undead warlock. An orc. Oh no, Sergeant Lucas! Never stood a chance. We got 3 people here. My goodness. Never stood a chance. So I went all the way to the top. Hey, he's back. You seen this wild display, Captain Darrell?
Good luck, friend.
Were you able to find any trace of the orders? Yep.
Be careful.
And you know, glances at the battle plan. Say it doesn't get any clearer than this. They've taken it upon themselves to fight back against human settlements in the area, and I've little doubt Theramore is next on their list.
Till next we meet.
And their arms.
Good luck, friend.
Get those weapons from the Black Hoof Village. Yep.
Be careful.
Captain Darrell inspects the armaments you brought from Black Hoof Village. There's no doubt about it. These match the descriptions exactly. There's just one problem. It's never been used in battle. Black Hoof Village must not have been the only Grimtone post in the marsh. Correct. Want a dagger, axe, or a ring? Take the dagger.
Till
also
next
more.
we meet.
Tabitha's
Good
assistance.
luck, friend.
So this is going to connect back to there. This is probably where there's going to be more stuff to do down Tabitha's area. Because it did feel like we were kind of stopped early with them before. Can't spare any men to help search for a second Grimtone outpost. I think I know someone who might be able to help you. Deep in the Quagmire to the south, there's a small farmstead owned by Tabitha. She may seem little more than an old hermit, but the truth is that she's a mage and squire of some renown. Follow the road south to her farm, seek her help in finding the culprits responsible for the massacre at the Shady Rest Inn.
Be careful.
Okay. How about the culprits of the massacre at the North Point Tower? We're not gonna worry about that. Down there, it's basically straight south. Kinda need to go around the mountains though. We can definitely cut through the Quagmire though. Just this way. Wild Hog Shank. More Theramore guys. More Theramore guys. Typically, you'd say it's less safe because they're not one of the towers. But clearly, that is not the case here. More this way. We know exactly where we need to go for this, as we've been there before. And it's on the map. It's casually jumping over giant spiders. As you do. As you do. The Quagmire. Yep. Post. Some more Grimtone guys. These are probably the other ones here. Kind of just go past them on your way to the farm here. Doesn't take much to figure out where you're going here. We already did some quests related to those guys here.
You need something?
Assistance.
Go with honor, friend.
So I need a scry for Grim Totems, eh? And what will you say when I tell you there's no need?
Be careful.
We already did it. Raise Direhorn Post. There's no scrying necessary to see the trouble my new neighbors are creating. If it's the band that burnt down the Shady Rest Inn, as you claim, there's no reason to tolerate their presence any longer. Take this torch and raise their camp to the ground. Find Direhorn just to the north of my farm. Can't miss it, really. As the Grim Totems have done a splendid job of announcing their presence with those totems they favor.
Light bless you.
And presumably you could also grab all the other quests related to the one right up here. But we already did those. We're doing a little bit of weird orders for things here. That's okay. So, fire. Start with one of the structures in Direhorn Post. North tent, northeast tent, and east tent. Need to burn. I think we can do that. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. From the inside. Yeah. Ah, hot. That's pretty on fire. This is fine. Indeed. She died in a fire. They also died in a fire. Don't worry about it. Burned. Everything is, in fact, on fire. Nice job. Combine that with all the other dealing with them that we did earlier. This post is not having a good time. As we would want it to be. Everything's working perfectly. And that should deal with everything.
Need help? Farewell.
Put a torch to good use. Yep.
Safe
But
travels.
the Grim Tomes got the message. In attempt to return will be met with far worse than a mere torch. My apprentices will see to that.
Go with honor, friend.
Justice for the Hiles. These Grim Tomes were simply a nuisance to me. Captain Vimes will want to know of your deeds. Give him the news that you have tracked down and dealt with those responsible for the burning of the Shady Rest Inn. It's too late to save Jim Hiles' family. Perhaps the Grim Tomes will think twice before attacking anyone connected to Theramore.
Farewell.
Quite likely. Alright, there you go. And then from here, might just be quicker to go down to here again. And take the flight path. It's also just a good time taking the flight path. So, positives. I'll go around this though. All these walls that kind of exist. It's a whole thing. Well, with Onyxia dealt with, perhaps the Black Dragonflight will get out of here. Problem solved. Or something.
Time is money, friend.
And right back to Theramore.
For real.
It's not a long flight path either. That's also nice. Let's see here. Don't need to bring anything. Just basically delivering the news, yeah. Well, that's alright. We will get right back over here. All of our buffs are run down. That's fine. Worth it. It was nice that there was enough time during the fireballing for us to use the bandages. That helped quite a bit. Healed a little bit. Works for me. Probably could have... I think you can't use food in combat. I feel like being fireballed by a dragon would count as being in combat, so probably couldn't use those. There's only one potion per fight, so that wouldn't help too much. Used to be different. Anyways. Back in you. And around. And around. And around. Up and around. Do a little serpentine here. Turn all the way back this way.
Need help?
It's a whole thing.
Or the Alliance?
Captain listens to your report intently. We avenged Jameson's family, but not even that can restore what was destroyed.
Light bless you.
Peace at last. I wish we had a way of letting James, Hal's wife and son, know that we have brought their murderers to justice. And Vines produces a small wreath decorated with flowers. There's some who say that their spirits will know, even if we cannot reach them. It's not much, but I'd like you to lay this wreath at the Hale family monument. It's one of the larger stones in the graveyard, just north of Theramore's gates. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
Lay the wreath. bit, a form of justice here at least. We got there. I can squeeze through here if I wanted to. Anyways. Just north of town. Easily done. Portal. Go. And the monument. Laying a wreath. And there they are. James? No, you're not James. I know who you are. Now, the one who tracked down those brutes who did this to us. Indeed. Tried so hard to tell Jim, to tell anyone who was behind this, but I couldn't find a way. Thank you for helping us and for helping Jim. You see him, tell him little Jim and I love him. We're waiting for him. How when we see Daddy again? I don't know when we'll see Daddy again, Jimmy, but I know he loves you and he misses us you very much. There you go. There you go. Confirmation that we were able to relay the message to the dead there. Really wraps it all up quite nicely, doesn't it? Yes. Through here. And around. And up. And up. Here. There. One final report here. Most likely.
King's honor, friend.
He's the last.
Or the Alliance.
And Vimes smiles slightly as you relate the events you witnessed at the Heil family grave. It's good to know that they understand. You didn't tell him about James, did you? I'll deliver his wife's message to him, but I doubt he'll understand. And I got some stuff. Like a chestplate here.
Light bless you.
Okay. There you go. There. We go. And that is it for Dust Wallow Marsh. No quests telling us to go anywhere else. So we are free to make more choices here. And that's fun. But we still have a few things to go and wrap up here. Like going to the Shimmering Flats. Which we can accomplish by going down to Gadget's End and riding up from there. That's a Dust Wallow. The other option, teleporting and then taking the portal to the Cavern of Time. That's right. It's fine too. This is the Dire Maul quest. Okay. Yeah, if we look at the places where there are any things anymore, we're getting slightly down there in places. We've got a decent amount of stuff to do in Fellwood, a handful of things in Onyxia, a couple things. Well, a couple meaning in this case probably like 3, because these are all the same quest. In Daenerys. 2 or 3 things, technically in Ungoro Crater. Significant pile in Silithus. A good amount in Feralis. And a few things in Desolus. And then a good amount in Winter Spring. This quest doesn't exist. It's basically over here and over here. based on the levels here, a couple of things left in Desolate are definitely the lower level. There's also some higher level dungeon stuff too. Combine those. These are 50s, these are 50s, these are 50s. Slightly lower level. Make our way through here. That's kind of path. These are also 50s. They definitely start in Desolate. It's kind of the next lowest level area here. Just a few things to do there, though. We're gonna split this up into like middle, northern, southern, something like that. Was making whole new intro-outro thumbnails for just one zone when we sometimes end up being there for like 3 episodes. Not the best strategy. Can only have so many seasons here. Gets a little bit excessive. Anyways. So turn in news quest for this spot here. Let's see if there's anything else we need to do for this. We did bring extra Endurium ore for the repeatable quests. Let's see what we can get up to with that. Overall, should probably be about there. Back to the raceway. For very likely the last time here. Unless we get extra things we need to do. We got their booster. We got Goblin Rumors. Got a Silver Vein. We're gonna come out from the top. Let's accomplish this. Silver Vein. Open stuff. Whee! Okay. Alright, up. This way. It is very flat. It's a salt flat. Not too surprising, is it? All the pieces, all the beasts all over the place. It is quite the mess. Let us drink some stuff in.
Hell,
You get anything on Nana's steam boil? Anything you might want to keep a secret? Indeed.
watch, get her back.
Well, this is interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps I should bow to the goblin pilot the next time I see him. This is worth plenty, Eric Erickson. I'm sure Naz will pay a small fortune to keep his secret a secret.
Off with you.
Begins to dance. Quite the dancey up there.
Here there.
You make quite a partner. Indeed. We got the information.
Yeah, no.
Back to Booty Bay. Eric Erickson, you're a warrior I can trust. We'll have to get the job done. Keep your mouth shut while doing it. We're brewing up a new scheme. It's risky. If it works, we could both make a bundle. I think you're just the person to see it through. To start, you must go back to Booty Bay. I apologize, good Eric Erickson. I know my last task took you there, but this time I speak with Pink Fizzlebub. Give him this letter. If he requires aid, do your best to help him. It'll be worth the effort. Back to Booty Bay.
Very good.
My goodness. Cravel's scheme. We'll read this when we are ready to start scheming. Over on this side. Turn in here.
Yo!
Am I supposed to show my face around the track without a little extra kick to me going? It's a travesty, I tell you. How about a booster for that?
Hurry back!
Take a look at this beauty. 15 pounds of solid C4 power. Once I get this strapped on the side of my racer, I'll be on the track so fast I'll beat the gnomes twice.
Glad I
Safety
could-
first? Questionable. But wait, what's this? Should have left the safety on. They'll limit the amount of power I can draw from the booster at any time. Told him I wanted it off. This is no good. You have to take this to Gadgets and Gizmorium in the Timus Desert and have Shreve remove this. Back to Gadgets
Real.
and. Amazing. Let's do the repeatable quest here.
What's up?
I'd like to integrate Endurium to different parts of our racers, but need large amounts of raw Endurium to create these parts. Find Endurium ore in the Onomont excavation in the Badlands, across the sea in Casmadon. Gnomes are getting their own supply of it. It's important we get our own to keep pace with them. Turn this in.
Right back.
Excellent. I hit the crew to work right away on the parts we'll need for the next race. Receive 6 silver. That is a 40th of what this cost.
Keep it real.
Worth it. Okay. So we need to return to here. And return to Booty Bay. Return to Stormwind. There's also another thing to do in Stormwind that we opened up, so we're gonna do that too while we're there. It looks like we got just the tiniest bit more to do. Also involving quite a bit of travel, unfortunately. Next time. Goodbye.